What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. We need to save Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duels. I am actually starting to fall in love with this format, but the problem for me here is Konami is following their own path towards failure that they have once followed before, and if they don't start taking it more seriously, we're gonna see Speed Duels just become this kind of release product reselling us commons that we didn't really need, not great reprints, that kind of stuff. And it might be that the theory is right, that this is just a cash grab to get people from Duel Links into the real card game, into locals, and starting to buy that cardboard crack, as it were. So let's talk about how people came to this theory of that's what this really is, and then kind of my love for it and how we can save Speed Duels. Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duels, as you see from the official website over here, is pretty much structured to sell Duel Links players on it. How to play? Well, it's just like the good old Duel Links that you know, and I think we even have Learn with Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Speed Dueling and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links share similar rule sets, all that good jazz. So maybe they're also trying to transition people picking this up into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links as well. Just go all the ways, buy all the products. That sounds pretty Konami-ish. But as you see, we have what people kind of theorize to be a new form of the next master mechanic in testing, which are skills. Actually having skill cards that could be implemented into the next master rule rather than a new summoning mechanic, and interacting within the duel having this guaranteed. It's kind of cool, but at the same time I don't think that'll be it. Also, you need cards with the Speed Duel symbol to play, meaning you cannot use your old pre-existing cards, max rarity out your deck, whatever. You've got to use the Speed Duel cards in Speed Duel format, but then you can use them for all other Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs, meaning if you buy these, yeah, you can play them elsewhere, but in order to play this, you need to buy the new stuff. They're trying to make those guaranteed sales, and where it really gets kind of weird is Master Dueling is just regular dueling. So they're basically saying this is an ease of entry, an ease port into learning and being taught Yu-Gi-Oh! And then you can get into Master Dueling, aka what everybody who's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! That has moved on to Master Rule 4 is doing. Yeah, Master Duelist. We're all Master Duelists, Billy Break. How's it feel to have that title ripped from you? Anyways, the whole setup of this page does feel like it's a sale. It does feel like this product is maybe meant for beginners to get them in. And if it's just a way to teach beginners Yu-Gi-Oh!, that's fine. But I really want to think that speed dueling could be something more. Now, John, how do you know it's gonna fail? It's just started, it's its first products. How's it gonna fail? I point you towards Generation Duels and Generation Duel tournaments. You can still find this information. I actually played in the first ever Generation Duel at Origins in Columbus, Ohio, and I topped the first event with Pendulums. I got the first ever Pendulum mat. They created unique playmats that are relatively rare, and guess what? After a while, it's just a side event at YCS's only. It's only available to play there, and they couldn't even start filling the entire queue. I know Paul Shefflin would sign up for Generation Duel tournaments. He's an older gentleman, and he would literally just sign up and walk over and get the playmat he desired at certain UDSs. And of course, UDSs also have attendance issues, so like, that not the best example. But my point is, have you heard of Generation Duels? You probably have if you watch my channel. We held the whole tournament based on it. Now, did this format blossom? No. Does this format have any continuing running support? No. And what is Speed Duels? Another format created by Konami based on something popular that people wanted. Another format based on something popular that people wanted to play past Yu-Gi-Oh! To be able to do crazy things. Yeah, and we haven't even updated this for good old Link summoning, have we? I don't think we're gonna see that either. My point with Speed Dueling is this is only accessible at locals, as an event that is supported by locals if they can get the attendance for you to even play, should you be buying the sealed product and then also entering the tournament, or as a YCS side event. Now, what prizes can you win with speed dueling? Oh, a half mat structured very specifically towards speed dueling that you couldn't use towards other tournaments. All right. So that's the best pricing we have to offer for speed dueling too. Do you see the problem here? There's no competitive drive or heartbeat to this format. What we need for speed dueling is a YCS level event, and I am not even being sarcastic. We are about to have the first team tournament in YCS Atlanta. Konami's really being brave, putting themselves out there and creating something special with YCS Atlanta. The team tournament is going to be insane. Now imagine a speed duel tournament. You can actually bust open multiple speed duel decks and construct your deck. You don't have to stick to just the sealed deck itself. You can construct your deck, and I think that's pretty cool that there's a deck building aspect to this. Like, here's just an example. It's not necessarily one of the best decks out there for speed dueling, or is it? Winky face. But it's something that somebody sent me saying they've been trying it out, they've been playing with it, and you play this kind of 20 to 30 card deck, as I understand. You get your character skills, and it's very straightforward. So I think that we could have this kind of a tournament based on a product to where nobody's deck in the entire room is going to be worth probably more than $60. Does that not sound exciting to everybody who's been complaining about card prices? That you could rip open, oh no, I've got to buy the product. People are already buying plane tickets to these events. People are already traveling out by car 18 hours. You think they're going to care about paying $60-ish on sealed product to play in a YCS level event? No, nobody's gonna be complaining about that. You mean that everybody's on equal footing for one of the first ever, in a sense, sealed tournaments where you make a constructed deck for sealed? This is what speed duels need. An actual endgame, a prize on another level, some actual support to get other locals ramped up, to get people interested at the local level that are considering going out to said YCS tournament. Without this, speed duels is destined to just be played on lunch tables, to be played on good old Dueling Book over here, where there is a section. Dueling Book actually has more support for speed duels, the non-official Yu-Gi-Oh! Simulator, than any other place, period. They've made a whole speed format room, and you can actually test and play there. Good old Joey versus Mai, as it were. But this is the best place to play speed duels for now. This is pretty much the only place where you can competitively try to decide and test and play speed duels, or just, you know, play for fun. Other than that, there will be locals and you hope somebody shows up. There will be YCS side events, and that might be the actual best place to play. And how often do you have access to go to a YCS side event rather than setting a whole weekend aside for it to actually go out to said YCS to get to play this format? I think speed duels need something like this, and if not, we have proof that it's down a destined path. Now, granted, there is a sealed product for this, and sealed product can continue to develop, but without the endgame, there is not going to be attendance for speed dueling, and I think that's tragic. I think that's where we get less of the Duel Links players into the real card game. We get less of our people into Duel Links. Konami, it's only smart that if you're going to continue to print product for this and create this format, that you do something like this and make it pretty reasonable for everybody's budget to play in a major event like this. It would be the most budget event of all time. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're a Duel Links player and what you think of speed dueling so far and what you would like to see from it. And do you think that this tournament kind of structure is needed? Because we already get so little from tournaments, but with no competitive endgame, the flare, the flame that you've lit, just dies out. Like, all of Duel Links, multi-million dollars, only sends like 32 of you all to Worlds, and then I think there's also Duel Links meta host tournaments and people like that. So, again, with the ground being laid by the community and not by Konami there, how do you see speed duels as a Duel Links player, and what would you want from it? Would a YCS level event get you out of the house on that mobile game and into an actual tournament with real cards? And from my Yu-Gi-Oh players, that's most of the channel, what do you guys think of speed dueling so far? I didn't find it attractive, honestly, until a couple days ago, and then I really started to take a harder look at it today, and now I want more for it. I want something else. I want it not to fail, and and that's where I'm coming from on this. I really do want to save speed dueling. So let me know as a competitive player that maybe you spend so much on their decks that if a YCS was announced, you know, you have this deck right here, would it make you a little bit pissed if it was in your area and you've been training all this time, or would you be like, all right, let's get some speed duel decks, let's get into this, and would you enjoy the experience? Let me know in the comment section down below. I really want to hear the thoughts from both sides, because I'm excited now about speed dueling, as long as they keep crafting and developing it. But if it just ends up without an update, if it just ends up as a gateway towards newer players, then unfortunately, it's not for me, and not everything has to be for me. You know, that's just how the world works. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the discussion. And again, give me your pure and honest thoughts on speed duels. You don't have to agree with me on it.